Alright, so I got this 6.0 GMC Sierra. It's obviously the same as a 6.0 in a Chevy. It's just, anyway, just their engine. So anyway, you can see right here I'm missing a bolt in the front of my manifold. And now I had a Suburban that was missing the front bolt and the rear bolt on both manifolds, and I didn't get a tick or anything out of it. It was actually pretty quiet, and I had it for years, and it's still like that, and it still doesn't tick. So anyway, this one does tick, so it's inspection time. So I don't really want to tear it all apart because I'm being lazy. So what I got is this plate, a little bolt hole in front of it. There goes $25. And this plate bolts to the front of the head and just puts a bolt in there, and it clamps that piece of manifold back in, so you don't have to get the bolt that broke off into the head out. Now, no, if you want to, obviously if you want to do it right, you take all them bolts off and you come in from the wheel well, you take the manifold off, and then you have to either drill and use an easy out to get that out, or hope it comes out, or use a left-handed drill bit, or I guess what's the most popular and works the best is just welding a nut onto it, and then just shoot back out the nut. But so I'm just doing this quick because, like I said, I'm being lazy. So I'm going to bolt this onto the head, and I'll give you a shot of what it looks like. Being that these heads are the same head on both sides, they're just swapped around. This bracket will do the front right and the rear left, and they sell a different bracket that bolts on a different orientation that does the rear right and the front left, right? Yeah, they're opposites, but they got two different brackets, and this is obviously the front left one, front right one. So I'll bolt this on, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's on there. Alright, so that's what it looks like bolted on. It's just 315mm bolts, really. So I put the two on the front of the head, and then the one up against the manifold. That seemed to work pretty well. I mean, there's no instructions with it. There's no torque specs with it, so I guess it's just kind of see how it goes. But it seems to be working. So anyway, pretty simple, easy fix for a common problem. Help to solve somebody. Thanks for watching. All right. So I had to go get another one of these clamps because I thought I was only missing the bolt on one side, but it turned out that the bolt on the other side was broken, but it was still kind of stuck in the manifold. It looked like it wasn't broken, so I still had a tick. So this is the Dorman part number. And this one actually had some instructions with it, unlike the other one I got that had pretty much nothing. This one says to obviously remove the stud below the exhaust flange, apply high temp anti-seize on the two bolts that go into the head. Should be these two bolts. And it says to apply thread locking compound to the bolt that actually clamps the manifold down. So it says maximum torque of 37 foot-pounds for the two bolts that go into the head, and then maximum torque of 18 foot-pounds for the clamping bolt. So after installing both of them, I didn't have any ticks anymore. So they seem to work pretty well. I mean, they make, like I said, they make two different styles, one for the front, one for the back, or one for the back and the front. It's the opposing corners, meaning that they're the same heads, just swapped. Imagine if I have any issues with the front side or the back, or the opposite ends, I'll probably try the other end of the other style clamp, because, like I said, they work pretty well, and it obviously buys you some time. So anyway, I guess it gets my thumbs up.